Today, empowering you guys. We're going to keep it rolling. Speaking of plants, tofu, chickpeas, quinoa can all be an excellent source of protein as part of a plant-based diet. So many restaurants offering vegan dishes and entrees. It can be hard to know what's healthy and what's filler. The nutrition chef, Alex Fioroni, joins us from his kitchen to talk about that. And we're going to make chicken nuggets and burgers with a vegan twist. Hey, chef, how are you?
Good morning, how are you?
So good. Okay, so I think a lot of people are trying to go meatless or do a little bit less meat, so they'll do vegan options, but they can include filler. What are we talking about when we're talking about filler?
We're talking about filler. We're talking about these foods being created in a laboratory. So what I call them is lab food, because what's happening is there's a lot of fillers, which is chemicals like glycol, TPQC. There's a lot of fermentation from soy that's in there, which is very aggravating for people's inflammatory issues when it comes to soy. So just a lot of food coloring. So when you look at the ingredients, it'll be about this big, when really it should be in the kitchen and be this big.
Okay, I do have a question. If people, we're going to show how to make this, but if they do want to buy one, are there any brands that you like for meat substitutes that are out there?
Yeah, generally when I'm looking for meat substitutes, I recommend I'm looking ones that are coming from as much food as possible and allergen free, because a lot of times moving to plant-based is to lower inflammation in our body. So Beyond Meat kind of fits that category. It's gluten free, soya free, a little bit more natural than the other ones. But unfortunately, the chicken nugget area, I have not found anything that is healthy enough to recommend. So we're going to show you today how to do it in your kitchen.
I was about to say, you know what you're doing. We've got a transition right there. Let's make those vegan chicken nuggets. All right, how do we do it?
So the chicken nuggets are really easy. You can use it. You can make this in a Ninja or a food processor. We're going to start. It's going to be a chickpea base. So we're going to just throw some chickpeas in there, and then we're going to have some cooked quinoa. So this is a complete protein. It's got all 9 essential amino acids, a little bit of garlic, and then we reserve the broth on the chickpeas. So we're going to add that in there too, a little moisture, a little bit of seasoning, and they're all done. So that's going to go in. Yeah, very quick. This one's very quick because the secret is basically already have some ready for us right here. So when it's done, this is kind of what it looks like. So you can even get a cookie cutter and make your own shapes with this.
Okay.
So very easy. Make your chicken nugget, and then we have cornflakes and nutritional yeast. It's going to bread it, and then just like that, once it's done, goes in the oven. 20 minutes, and then flip, and then another 15 minutes, and you got them golden brown and crispy.
Chef, can I ask what kind of seasoning you put in there?
There's a little bit of pink Himalayan salt, a little bit of organic black pepper, a little bit of onion powder.
Sounds delicious. One other question. Are you plant-based?
I'm about 80% plant-based, yes. So 20% coming from lean meats, but 80% of the time I'm eating plant. And then whenever I'm feeling sluggish or just that time of the year where you feel like your body needs an oil change, I'll switch right over to 100% plant-based, just because of getting rid of the cholesterol. It's good for your heart. Just inflammation starts to get lowered.
Okay, love it. All right, so burgers are also really popular. You can find them at a lot of restaurants, but like you're saying, there's a lot of filler often. So we're going to make some. What ingredients do you use for this, and how do we make them?
Yeah, so this is going to be a bean burger. So a lot of times you can switch the beans for like a potato or even like a butternut squash. But we're doing a black bean today, so we're going to be putting the beans in here in the food processor. What you do beforehand is probably the only thing you have to do is have pre-cooked onion and garlic, which, where did I put that? Oh, right here. Make sure it's nice and crispy and translucent. This gives a lot of flavor to the burger, so we're going to dump that in. And then we're going to put a little bit of organic tomato paste in there. And then this has been sitting, so this is ground up sesame seeds with flax seeds. This is what gives that natural gelatinous kind of nutrition, which is really good fiber. That's the big thing when you start making these burgers at home. The amount of fiber is almost triple than the store-bought burgers. And then we're going to put we got some oats, and I ground them up. We're going to put those in. So organic rolled oats, gluten-free. We're keeping it gluten-free. Then we got some seasoning here, a little smoked paprika, and a little bit of salt and pepper. So that just all goes in there, and then you're just going to pulse it for about 10 seconds.
Chef, you're like me. You don't mess around in the kitchen, you know?
I'm Italian, so I'm good in the kitchen. So this is what the finish. There's always sometimes you can reserve a little bit of the flour if it gets sticky, but generally, once you make this into a patty, and it sticks down on the pan and you let it sit for 5 minutes, don't touch it, and then you flip it, we're gonna have a nice burger that looks like this.
This all sounds so, that's beautiful. This all sounds so good. I am going to follow you once we get done with this segment. Where can people find you?
Yeah, so I'm here at my kitchen in Keller at Keller Trading Company, which is an awesome boutique style kind of in the front as well. We have a commercial kitchen in the back, and so we do offer our meals for retail as well as online at www.thenutritionchef.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Have a great day. Okay, guys, coming up on